Hey there and welcome over here. Today, as you know, I absolutely love my Instant Pot. So this video is all about some pretty simple, easy Instant Pot dump and go recipes. I figured a lot of you guys either have an Instant Pot or you might be getting an Instant Pot for Christmas. So that's why I made this video today. I hope you all enjoy it. And if you are new here, I'd love to have you. So go ahead and subscribe down below the video. But let's get to cooking. To get us started off, we're going to be making this goulash. So to begin, in my Instant Pot, I have it on the saute function. I added a tablespoon of some olive oil, and then I added in our pound of lean ground beef, along with a half of a white onion diced, and a little bit of some minced garlic. You're also going to season it with some salt and pepper. I just cooked this ground beef completely through, and then once it was cooked, I drained out all of the excess grease. To our ground beef that is now cooked completely through, I'm adding in two 15-ounce cans of tomato sauce along with two 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. You could use any type of diced tomatoes you prefer. Now you'll just want to add in your 2.5 cups of water along with 3 cups of some elbow pasta noodles, and then you're going to want to season this up. You're going to season it with about 2 tablespoons of some Italian seasoning. It's going to give it some great flavor. And then for another ingredient, you're going to be adding in 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I know that might sound weird, but this is also going to give it some wonderful flavor. And then if you do have any bay leaves on hand, go ahead and add a couple bay leaves in. But unfortunately, I was all out of bay leaves, so I just skipped that step. Anyways, I just stirred this all together to combine. I put my lid on my pressure cooker, set it to sealing, and then I put this on high pressure for about 5 minutes, and then I did a quick release after. I do want to mention I overcooked these noodles slightly, so next time I would just set my Instant Pot to 4 minutes instead of 5 minutes of cooking. Despite that, this had amazing flavor and it turned out wonderful. It was really delicious to eat. Now we're making another pasta dish. We're making a bruschetta chicken. So to get this one started, in my Instant Pot, I added a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I added 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts that I sliced into smaller pieces. And then you are going to want to season this chicken. I just seasoned it with a teaspoon of some Italian seasoning and a little bit of some salt and pepper to taste. Next, you're just going to want to mix this all together to get it incorporated in the oil and the seasonings. And then you're going to flatten the chicken out kind of so it is evenly distributed on the bottom of your Instant Pot. Directly on top of the chicken, I'm just adding my rotini pasta. I chose to use whole wheat rotini just because that's what I had on hand, but of course you could use non-whole wheat if that's what you prefer. So I added in about 12 ounces of that along with our chicken broth. This is just about 3.5 cups of chicken broth. I just made sure all of the noodles were coated in that chicken broth. None of them were sticking out. I put the lid on, set it to sealing, and I cooked this on high pressure for about 5 minutes. Now for my personal favorite part, we're going to begin on the bruschetta topping for after this is cooked. So you're going to chop up your veggies into smaller pieces. I'm just chopping up 1 pound of Roma tomatoes, a purple onion, some basil, and that is pretty much it for the bruschetta topping. So now we're going to make it. So into this bowl, I'm just adding all of those veggies I just named. Now that I just squeezed our 1 lemon in, I'm just adding our 1/4 cup of some olive oil along with our minced garlic and some salt and pepper. I added plenty of the salt and pepper. If you do want to add a little spice to this, go ahead and add some crushed red pepper flakes. Also, balsamic vinegar would go wonderful in this, but as you see, I'm just mixing everything together to combine. And back over to my Instant Pot. Now that everything's through cooking, I just mixed everything up up, and then you're going to be adding that bruschetta topping right in there. Again, you're going to mix everything to combine and warm the bruschetta mixture through, and then it is ready to serve. Here is my bowl. I just topped mine with some Parmesan cheese, but this is a really nice, healthy meal to make. Also, it's almost like lighter tasting, so this would be perfect for a lunch if you want to meal prep it for a few days. Everybody loves loaded potato soup, so now that is what we're making. We're making some potato soup. So to begin, I just am chopping up our 2 stalks of celery, a half of a white onion, and our potatoes into smaller pieces. Over to my Instant Pot, I do have it on the saute function. I just added our 4 strips of bacon cut into smaller pieces to my Instant Pot. And I'm going to cook this bacon up, and once it is thoroughly cooked and crispy, I just removed it to a bowl lined with paper towel. I do want to mention my bacon was not particularly greasy, unfortunately. You want some excess grease in there to cook your vegetables. Like I said, mine wasn't greasy. It wasn't turkey bacon or anything. It was just kind of like a weird type of bacon I bought. But anyways, I had to add some more olive oil to the bottom of my pot, and then I added in our onion, celery, and garlic, and I'm going to saute these vegetables together until they become soft. Once our vegetables are soft, I'm just adding our 4 cups of chicken broth to my Instant Pot, and then you're going to scrape all of the bits off of the bottom of your Instant Pot. This step is very important. You have to do it or your Instant Pot will indicate the burn sign while cooking, so just scrape all the bits off the bottom of your pan. This will also add great flavor. And then I added in our diced up potatoes and gave this a good stir. I'm just going to place the lid on my Instant Pot, set it to sealing, and this is going to go on high pressure for about 10 minutes with a natural release for an additional 10 minutes. Now that we have our soup almost through cooking, I'm going to begin on the cornstarch slurry. So the current cornstarch slurry, it is 1 cup of milk along with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and you're just going to mix this to combine to get that cornstarch incorporated. You don't want it lumpy. Over to my Instant Pot. I do have it on the saute function now that the soup is through cooking. I added our cornstarch slurry to it along with our 4 ounces of cream cheese that I did cube, and I let this cream cheese sit out while the potato soup was cooking previously. I'm just going to whisk this all together and get the cream cheese and the cornstarch slurry incorporated. I did this for about 10 minutes, and then I turned my Instant Pot off and I let this sit for an additional 10 minutes to thicken. Now that I have our soup thickened to the way I like it, I just added a cup of some sharp cheddar cheese in along with our bacon bits and our green onions. I gave this a really good stir, and then it was ready to serve. Here is my bowl of soup. I just topped mine with some green onions, black pepper, salt, more bacon, and more cheese. This came out really super good. I really love potato soup, and I do need to make it more often. It is total comfort food to the max. Now we're making some French dip sandwiches. You know how much we love French dip sandwiches in our home. So to get this one started, you're going to want a 2.5 pound chuck roast. You're going to salt it, pepper it, and then add some garlic powder to each side. Over to my Instant Pot, I have it on the saute function right now. I added a tablespoon of some canola oil, and now we're going to sear our chuck roast. So I let this sear on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until it got to me a nice golden color. Once it was seared on each side, I removed it to a separate plate. Now we're going to begin to soften our onions. So I just added 1 onion that I sliced into smaller pieces to our Instant Pot. I do have it on the saute function still, and I'm just going to soften this onion. Once our onion is soft, I added a 1/2 cup of some beef broth to this, and I'm going to scrape the bottom of my Instant Pot. You don't want any bits, like I said previously, at the bottom of your Instant Pot, or this will indicate the burn sign. So scrape all the bits off of the bottom of the Instant Pot. Again, it will also add lots of flavor. And then I added in the remainder of our beef broth, which was just 14 ounces. I put our chuck roast back in, put the lid on. I cooked this on the meat stew button, high pressure, for exactly 100 minutes. After those 100 minutes were up, I let this do a natural release for an additional 25 minutes, and then I removed it to a separate plate and began to shred it up for our French dip sandwiches. To make the au jus dipping sauce at the end, I just strained all of the excess juice in the Instant Pot with a mesh strainer. After I put meat on both of our sub rolls, I put some provolone cheese on top and placed this under the broiler for a couple of minutes, and here's the finished product. I just served mine with a side salad. This came out really good. I also served it with some of that au jus dipping sauce. Now we're making some chicken legs. I thought it would be fun to show you how to make chicken legs in the Instant Pot, so that's what we're doing. So to my Instant Pot, I added our trivet in there, and on top of the trivet, I'm adding my 5 chicken legs. You could add more or less chicken legs depending on your preference. Now I'm adding 1 cup of water and a little bit of some pepper to season it with. You could add more seasonings at this point, but I just wanted to keep it kind of simple. I placed the lid on top of my Instant Pot, set it to sealing, high pressure for 10 minutes. Now I'm making the sauce for on top of the chicken. You could use any type of sauce, your personal preference, buffalo, teriyaki, any type of sauce, but I melted down 3 tablespoons of butter, added 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, some salt and pepper, and then I just mixed that up, and that was the sauce I used. Again, like I said previously, you could use any type of sauce you like. So now that our chicken drumsticks are out of the Instant Pot and cooked completely through, I just removed them and placed them on my 8x8 baking dish, just like this, and now I'm going to pour the sauce right on top. This is going to go in the oven under the broiler for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until the sauce gets nice and crispy and it looks golden brown. Here is my plate of food. I just served my drumsticks with some rice and green beans along the side. I tried to keep it as simple as possible because typically when I'm using my Instant Pot, I am trying to make for a simple night of meals. But anyways, this came out really good. That chicken had excellent flavor. And that is a wrap of this video today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I do have an Instant Pot playlist. I will leave that link down below in my description box if you want to see more Instant Pot recipes and then how to care for your Instant Pot. Anyways, if you are new here, we'd love to have you, so go ahead and subscribe down below the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.